Ever since I started this whole YouTube thing, I have been getting inundated with questions from you guys about how to start a detailing business. Should you guys start a detailing business? What chemicals do you need? Do you guys need a vehicle or a detailing rig? All sorts of stuff around detailing and starting a detailing business. And I know from starting my detailing business a little over 2 years ago now that there can be a ton of information out there. And honestly, if I would have listened to all the different things everybody was telling you to do when you were starting your detailing business, honestly, I never would have gotten mine started. So today, I'm going to break down 3 common myths when it comes to starting your detailing business and show you guys why a lot of that is just noise and you guys should really just go ahead and get started. So let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into it. So jumping into our 3 rumors or our 3 myths when starting your guys' detailing business. Myth number 1 is that you need a ton of clients in order to get started. Now, I want you guys to break down your current paycheck if you guys are working a full-time job somewhere right now. Think about how many clients per week would you guys actually need in order to get to that income level. So this is going to be a little bit embarrassing to talk about, but my last job that I had, guys, I think I was making $800 to $1,200 every 2 weeks, depending on how much overtime. If I put in a ton of overtime, I was making somewhere around, taking home somewhere around $1,200 a week. And if I was just working my straight 40 hours a week, I was really only bringing home around 850 bucks every 2 weeks, which was pathetic. And the exact reason why I quit and started doing my own things back in 2018. But in order for me to cover that income now with my detailing business, I really only need 3 clients per week literally pays what my old job paid in 2 weeks. So I can actually make twice as much in 2 weeks as I used to make at my old job. Granted, I still need to pay taxes, I still need to do all that good stuff and pay my overhead, but my overhead is so low for mobile detailing, guys. It's literally my website, my insurance. There's really not much that you guys need to pay for when it comes to mobile detailing, and all my chemicals and stuff like that I buy as I need them. And of course, I had to drop a little bit of cash when I very first started my business, but outside of the $500 to $600 or so that I spent to get all my chemicals, my microfiber towels, a bunch of basic tools that I needed to get started, that's really all my overhead was. So I dropped a bunch of money. So I dropped a little bit of money out of my bank account in order to get started. I would say $500 to $600 for all my tools and equipment that I started off with, and then my overhead for my website, my insurance, the basic kind of stuff that I needed for my actual business to get started was extremely cheap on a monthly basis. So it's not like I don't even really need one client to pay my entire overhead or one full detail to pay my entire overhead for the month for my business. And that's just because I started my business not taking on any kind of debt or anything like that. So when it comes to how many clients do you guys realistically need in order to start a detailing business, the number is extremely low, especially if you guys are charging what you should be for your guys' services. Now, even today, guys, I just did a detail for somebody who hired somebody a couple weeks ago, and I had to come in and redo the whole detail. But this was a detailer that was only charging $100. This is why if you guys are getting into detailing, I suggest that you guys get into the higher end side of the detailing, the more thorough side of the detailing. You guys want to be doing good jobs when you're detailing. That way you guys can charge, $200 for an interior, 120 plus for an exterior. So those are kind of where my prices start. But I was able to start at those prices because I have a high quality of work, and yeah, my clients expect a high quality of work. So since I have that high quality work, I'm able to charge more, and since I'm charging more, I really only need a few clients in order to pay what my old job used to pay me. And right now I've been doubling that easily. You know, with very little clientele. So you guys really don't need that many clients in order to start your detailing business. Myth number 2, guys, is that you need a ton of equipment to get started. Now, depending on what services you guys are offering should depend on what equipment and tools and chemicals that you guys are buying. So when you guys first start your business, I want you guys to come up with one simple interior service and one simple exterior service. These should be your bread and butter when you guys are first getting started. These are easy details that are not only not difficult for yourself to do, but they're also easy to sell. So when I very first started, I think my price for an exterior detail was somewhere around $100, and my interior details were somewhere around $150 to $180. So starting off with those prices, I could easily market myself to just about anybody, my friends, family, neighbors, and just people that I knew on Facebook, and I easily got my business started because my prices were right, and anybody could pretty much try out my services for a good price. And by doing that, I was able to get reviews, I was able to do all that kind of stuff. So when you guys are very first getting started, your services should dictate the actual tools and equipment that you guys are buying. Otherwise, you guys are going to be buying all sorts of stuff that you guys don't need right away. You guys, if I was you guys, I would wait until you guys are actually providing those services, offering those services before you start stocking up on chemicals and the tools and equipment to actually do those services. Now, if you guys are trying to teach yourself, then you guys are going to have to take that hit up front if you guys don't already know it. For instance, if you guys want to buy a polisher and polishing pads and all the stuff that goes along with being able to do paint corrections, or you guys are trying to teach yourself how to do paint corrections, you guys may have to buy all that stuff up front so that you guys can teach yourself those services. But again, guys, I would wait until you guys need those tools and equipment or are ready to start offering those services to buy them. And the only time you guys should be taking a hit up front on tools and equipment is when you guys are teaching yourself something new. And you guys can always add things to your service list as you go. So maybe after the first 1 to 2 months, you guys pick up some polishing stuff so that you guys can now offer polishing and paint corrections and all of that good stuff. But anyways, guys, when it comes to the equipment that you guys get, you don't need a ton of equipment to get started. You really just need the basic stuff so that you guys can offer your basic interiors and your basic exteriors. Myth number 3, and this one is going to be a breath of fresh air for a ton of you guys out there. And myth number 3, is that you guys do not need to do everything that everybody else is doing. I think if you guys only listen to one of these 3 little words of advice after these 3 little myths, I think this would be the one to listen to. But if I was you guys, you don't have to keep up with the Joneses is what I'm trying to say with this one. You don't have to do all the different social media accounts. You don't have to do YouTube when you very first start. You don't have to do all the different services that you see everybody else offering or you see other people in your town or city offering. Start somewhere and then build off of that. And you guys don't need to do everything at once, especially when it comes to social media and stuff. All that stuff can be a whole lot of background noise and can really get you guys in the weeds when it comes to starting your business, and you'll end up spending a ton of time in places that really don't matter. And so yeah, just don't keep up with the Joneses, guys. I would highly recommend creating your own path, figuring out your own way of doing things, and build and learn from there. But when it comes to keeping up with the Joneses, guys, it is definitely something that you don't have to do. For instance, I'm not huge in social media. I don't post on Instagram. I don't post on TikTok. I don't do any of that stuff. This is my home base right here, which is YouTube. And I started YouTube, I think it was over a year after I started my business. I had a couple videos out just so I had something in the Google algorithms for when people are, Google searching, which that's another huge hack. But I don't want to distract you guys like I'm saying. But YouTube can be a huge hack to SEO and the whole Google algorithm when people are searching for detailing businesses. So that's where I wanted to focus my time. My Instagram posts, my Facebook posts, none of that stuff is going to show up when people are searching for my services. So stick to what actually matters when you guys are starting a business. If you guys are finding a lot of success in TikTok, you guys are finding a lot of success in Instagram or Instagram ads or whatever it is, then I would definitely stick with that. But don't get caught up in the weeds and stuff that you don't know too much about. And yeah, I would try to find your own path in this. You don't have to do everything the same ways and do all the same stuff that everybody else is doing. Really find your own path and, just go for it and carve your own lane. So those are my 3 most common myths that I hear when it comes to starting a detailing business, and I get a ton of questions kind of regarding those 3 topics, if you will. But anyways, let me know in the comments down below if you guys are looking to start a detailing business, or if you guys have things that are holding you back from starting a detailing business. Maybe we can answer those in the comments down below, and maybe somebody else that's smarter than me will come along and answer those as well for you guys, or give you some insight into what they're doing. But anyways, guys, I'm not a guru or anything like that. I'm really just your average guy starting a detailing business or just starting a business in general. I think that these myths kind of can go along with a lot of other businesses that are getting started. But anyways, guys, that is pretty much all that I have for today's video. If you guys want to see all the chemicals, the tools that I use, the products that we use for professional detailing, you guys can always check out jamiesdetailing.com/resources. But that is pretty much all I have for today, so I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.